fellow pilots, my name is Me and welcome to the second episode of our PC Pilots Flight School. Today we'll have a look on jet basics, again like in the previous episode, but this time we will focus on combat, especially on jet versus jet combat and 1v1 dogfighting. But before we go on with that, I'd like to show you some other combat first against ground targets and helicopters. The number one rule for attacking other players or targets with a jet is that you use your guns. That are the most important weapons of your jet. Don't use the rockets. You can use them to find your targets because the homing rockets will lock onto a target and you can easier spot it. But anyways, use the guns. They're the most effective way how to take out anything in the game. The jet is the best vehicle in the game for combat, except in some specific situations. But anyways, just use your radar to find your targets and use the crosshair to aim and then just shoot. And nobody has a chance against you, not even tanks or insurgents. You will just destroy them. You will need multiple strafes with insurgents, but that's it. For jet versus air combat, press your right stick in to have a zoomed in view, and then you can take out your targets more efficiently because you see them in a further distance. Also, you can use the homing missiles, like explained, to lock onto targets. For helicopters, you can fly from above to the ground in the direction to the helicopter to have a huge advantage, but as a helicopter pilot mainly, like I am, please don't do that. It's really unfair, but if you don't see other way, do it that way. If you have a jet in a free mode that's moving towards you, also use RS to have the zoomed in view so you can take him out quicker, because often it's the case that you just blow each other out of the sky and you don't want that to happen. In the end you both die then. That's really uncool. But sometimes you don't destroy the target, which brings you into a combat merge. This is how the situation is called, because merging, you're flying past each other, which is also the situation in 1v1 dogfighting, which we will have a look on now. First of all, you fly head to head each other, and after you merge, you start to fly a curve. But if the other guy is not flying a curve, he wasn't happy with the merge, so you will redo it. Alright, you just fly towards each other, same height, and linear towards each other to the right side, and then you start to spin. Very important is that you have a good turning speed and also know how to outmaneuver your enemy. That's the most important thing. If you move downwards while in a horizontal curve, use LB, or when you're on the left curve, use LB. And if you're flying upwards in a horizontal curve, use RB. When you're flying downwards as well, break down so you have a tighter curve in the perfect speed. When you're going upwards, accelerate. And always try to outmaneuver your target and use your camera. That's the most important thing, use your camera. Now I'll show you some merges with Chris, one of our members, and there are loads of more advanced techniques that we will feature in future episodes. If you'd like us to continue with this series, you can see a few of them here, and I'll explain what I'll do. Alright, I'm using RB to move upwards, and I'm spinning towards my enemy right now, and I'm getting slower and slower, and here I use the opportunity to shorten up the curve and blow him up. There's always a defender and an attacker, but I'll explain that in a 3D animation later in the video. You can also stall in a dogfight or even get into reverse flight in dogfighting, but those are really advanced techniques that will be featured in other episodes like I already mentioned. Alright, for perfect turning speed horizontally, I'm currently flying full throttle, and Tonin, one of our best dogfighters, is in front of me, and he's flying a perfect curve. And you can see how he's freaking flying away from me. He's getting so much further away. Now he's not even in the camera anymore. There he's back. Anyways, that's very important, and there is no 100% way to explain it. You just need to find out for yourself. There is not always the same frequency for tapping the acceleration, which most of the people do. Just fly horizontal curve and you'll see how the background is moving, and the faster the background moving, the better is your curve. Just practice that maybe for hours, how long you want, but that's very important to learn. For vertical perfect curves, what you're gonna do is, like already mentioned, when you fly down, you need to brake. When you fly upwards, you need to accelerate. But watch out. I'm currently flying full throttle, always behind him, and the curves are moving because of that, and he's getting in my range because he continues to just flew straight vertically. That doesn't work. So always try to do something different. You can see some more dogfighting. As the attacker, you always want to break out of the same flying line as your target. The defender has to always get you in the same line of flying. I'll explain that after this dogfight in a 3D animation. Alright, here we go. The red dot is the attacker, blue is defender. They're currently flying in the same line. This is what the defender wants. The attacker wants to break out of this line and shorten up the curve to destroy the defender. The defender wants to get back into the same line. That's how those dogfights work. As the defender, you want to be in the same line of flight as the attacker and then break out of this line if you have the opportunity to create a bigger space between the two jets and to switch the turns so you become the attacker and you can take out the target. When it's pretty much even, there's no linear flight on the same line, except you're both very basic pilots. But anyways, just practice that. We'll move on to the more advanced techniques in a future episode. Well, anyways, I hope you liked the video. Next episode will be about helicopter basics and homing, launcher, dodging. And anyways guys, my name is 8me. See you on the next video. Remember to sub. Bye.